Om Shanti, it's time. Food, glorious food. Food is an important part of our life, and meal times are super important. But how much do we value our food and the special time we spend to refuel our bodies? Without food and water, we would simply perish. Do we realize that the food we eat nourishes the soul as well as the body? How many of us realize that feeding the body is really a sacred act? For without the cooperation of the body, we would not be alive, and we would not be able to experience the beauty of this world. In Hinduism, the belief is that if we do not thank God for our food, to share a small prayer or give grace, then it is as though we are thieves, stealing that food and eating it. Having gratitude for the water we drink, the fruit we eat, the food we consume, or anything else we gobble is a form of respect for the Creator. How long did it take Mother Earth to create these wonderful forms of food that nourish our bodies? And how many seconds does it take to finish it? The least we can do is to be thankful for that food. Yet how many of us have the habit of munching on the move? How often do we stop to take time to appreciate the food and honor the process that nourishes us? When we are rushed and stressed while we are eating, then how can we digest that food well? How can we expect to experience the natural nourishment that we should? Do we appreciate the entire process from eating, digesting, and absorbing the food? If truth be told, then very few of us are really being present while we eat. For us to be able to take the full benefit of the natural bounty of nature, it is important to practice being mindful, not only about what we eat, but also how we eat, where we shop and what we buy, how we cook, how we serve and lay the food on the table, and also the consciousness in which we are eating too. Food these days is very low in energy. Why is that? Even something that looks fresh and organic, it may even claim not to have the chemicals in it or on it, yet it doesn't mean that it is fully vibrant and bursting with nutrition and energy. Food alone doesn't energize our body. And why is this? Because over time all forms of matter have become depleted. Air, water, soil, metals, all the natural elements of nature can no longer operate according to their original program. Basically, if the soil has no minerals and vitamins left within it, then how can any plant that we grow there extract any goodness from that soil? Add to this the energy of greed, as producers and farmers continue to try and maximize their yield through overuse of the land. The land is no longer left to regenerate and given time to come back to a place of balance. The attitude of everything is there for our taking will in the end be our own downfall. The attitude of take, and then take some more, motivated from a place of greed, in the end we will all pay a heavy price for not looking after this beautiful and only planet which we have to live on. When will we realize that we have to start to give something back to Mother Earth? For some people are waking up to this and have done so for some time. This is why many people make a conscious choice to be vegetarian or vegan. More people have become mindful and ethical shoppers who choose to support fair trade products, or the local farmer or the small businessman. There are a growing number of people who are turning away from the large faceless organizations that just see the dollar at the end of the checkout. These mega corporations do not care about the impact of their actions on the environment. Energy, vibrations, and frequencies all have an impact in our world. It is not just what we do that matters, but how we think and how we feel too. If our intention is to strip naked the planet, then this is also a form of violence. Let alone our food, how healthy are our thoughts and feelings? Therefore, the food that we consume and the actions that we perform will also reflect these different energy types. Professor Emoto showed that we can energetically shape the molecular structure of our food as we give it positive vibes. Dr. Emoto's research revealed that when water was exposed to positive or negative energy, in other words, thoughts, then the energy transmitted drastically changed the molecular structure. The water that received the positive comments and vibes created perfectly symmetrical crystallized patterns, very much like a snowflake. On the other hand, the water which was exposed to negative energy changed and became fractured in shape. The same results occur by placing a label on the pot, like love, peace, or anger, or sadness, and so accordingly the plant will flourish or wilt. Prince Charles became famous and sometimes ridiculed for talking to his plants so that they would grow better. As plants, which may well become our food, respond well to good energy and happy vibes, to produce more nourishing and healthy foods, just think of the impact this sort of food would have on our overall health. We would become happy eaters by eating happy food. This is why it is so important to create time for a respectful moment of silence, to offer thanks or give grace for our food before eating it. As we sit before our food, look at it with love and be thankful for the food that we have. We are giving food that reverence it deserves. Food is matter, and all matter responds kindly to love, and it will serve us better in the long run. As we become more connected and more grateful for our food, we also come to realize that this is not the case for everyone. This simple daily act of eating with ease makes us the lucky ones, because for many people in less fortunate circumstances, finding food is a daily struggle. Indeed, in some cases, it can be a matter of life and death. We need to realize that we are part of the bigger world than just me, myself, and I, and that what we do does impact on the lives of others, and especially nature. If we stop cooperating with nature, then nature will stop supporting us. It is quite simple. Do you remember how Grandma used to make ends meet and say, "Waste not, want not"? In our modern world, maybe we should take a leaf out of Grandma's book. It's time. It's time to check how much are we always thankful for the food that is on our plate. Om Shanti.